Welcome back to Omnifactory, and with a working auto-crafting system, or at least at the beginnings of a more extensive one, I thought today we'd get along with some of the quests. So going back to the quests, this is the one I want to tackle first, the Phenol stuff, Phenol-coated substrate, basically the improved version of crafting Tier 1 circuits. And I did get a commenter saying you can just craft that straight from the pyrolysis oven, so look at Phenol, rather than going through the MV stuff. We should be able to get it directly, but we need coal for it if I remember rightly, if they do it this way. I've only got about 28 coal. I need to go and get more clearly, but we need a programmed circuit with configuration 1 in the pyrolysis oven, and it will give us coal, coke, and phenol out. So let's just check what the current configuration is. That's currently 3. Let's just change that to 1, pop it back in, and then pop in 16 coal, and that should start converting it over into phenol. Machine needs more energy. Oops, I forgot I may have disconnected it slightly. Let's just take this back. Yep, and let's just put that back down. There we go. That's fine. And I think I can't remember exactly why I was actually joining these pipes up. Come on. There we go. All right. And someone did say, yes, you can still use your chain to get out of holes rather than having to build up out of them. Yes, I just forget that I have that thing. Anyway, now you should be fine. It says needs more energy, but we do have a connection. And progress. Are you done, or did you delete items? Let's have a look. Yep, you have phenol in there. That's exactly what we need. This is just a chemical reactor. And then we're going to take the phenol and we're just going to apply it to some of the previous tier of substrate, whatever it was called, coated circuit boards. However, it is like 100 millibuckets per item that you convert. Now, how many do we need for the quest? Just 1. Let's convert all 10 of our single bucket of phenol over, and that should do the job. So let's pop that in there. And it's going to convert over just fine. There's our first one, and that should be enough for the quest, which should get us... Yep, some phenol-coated substrate. That's good. That's one quest done, and we get 5 Omni pennies for it. And then we have to make capacitors, but yeah, I suppose. And that's on the way to the second tier 1 circuits. So we'll have to go through to capacitors first. Fine. Let me just check, first of all, whether my flour is done. Yeah, and let's just convert that back over into bread. There we go. So I've got some food. I did want to just check out, is the bounty thing still around? Yeah, so bounty board. We should be able to make that really quite easily. One thing you can do if you're running out of omnicoins like I am, is craft this. It needs some planks, some paper. So I can do this from the table rather than that. Let's just grab this. And yeah, I guess let's give that a go and order them. There we go. And we can convert it to the bounty board. The bounty board gives us short run quests. And those quests are largely so that we can get more omnicoins. So if we pop that in, we should have the ability to do lots of different quests. Unfortunately, they have times on them. So I don't know if this is just basically needing to recraft this bounty board if these run out or not, but yeah, it needs a number of stuff on hand, and I just wanted to take a look at what kind of stuff it will ask us to make. Because if we can autocraft some of this stuff, then we'll be able to get basically omnicoins. You'll see that some is appearing and disappearing, so we shouldn't need to recraft it. So sensors, emitters, wooden widgets, electric pumps. Ideally, having just like electric pumps, electric pistons, like that one, would actually be pretty good. That's like six pistons. Oh no, hang on. I think they both need motors. I think that's the common thing between them. Yeah, and you get 15 Omni nickel. Okay, that's pretty nice. But we're not going to do them just yet. I just wanted to introduce them so that you can do short-timed quests once you've set up all the autocrafting. I've not set it all up yet, so that should do for now. Where was I? Yes, I was just going to check how many potatoes I have. 61. I need 64. I wonder whether that's grown or not yet, because we can hand in a quest to get the farming node done. If that's they're done, they're not. Oh, hang on. No. 1. It's going to be short. Never mind. Wonder if there's any up here. Okay, so let's look at capacitors next then. Capacitors of this kind. We have to make them out of a few things. So we need silver wire, we need tin alloy foil, and rubber sheets. And that should be pretty easy to make. So let's just get a few of those going. So tin alloy is going to be tin and iron. And I'm not sure how much iron I've got left. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to need to either go mine or go and do some of those quests, depending on how much we've got left. So let's just check out iron. I've got a little bit. Let's just request 20 of it. And how about tin? Do I have any tin? Yeah, I'll do the same thing, 20. And I'm just going to combine a few of them just to make a little bit of tin alloy. So let's just make 4 and 4 of each. Put them in the alloy smelter and you will get some tin alloy out. The tin alloy has well, you need to basically smash it into a plate, which is going to come through the compressor and then through the cluster mill to make tin alloy foil. The only other thing is find silver wire. So we need to just put silver wire through, silver through the wire mill. So do I actually have any silver? Let's have a look. Silver, I do. Let's just get, I don't know, 4 of, well, let's just say 8 of that, shall we? And that should come to me anytime soon, hopefully. There we go. So let's put that into the wire mill. And then we should be ready with our alloy smelter. Yep, you can go into the compressor. Thank you. So I've now got 8 of each processing. And then we just need some rubber sheet. And I've got plenty of rubber sheet here. So that will do that job. So there we go. Let's pop outside and check whether our sort of previous stuff has been done. Let's have a look. Yes, all of the phenolic substrate's been done. And then we should be able to ready to go. Tin alloy plate, that's going to take a little bit longer. Let's just put the silver wire back through. And just one more. Well, 2 more, I guess. There we go. Tin alloy plate, and we'll put that back. Oh, and it needs the cluster mill, not the compressor. Cluster mill. There it is. Where's my plate? It blends in almost seamlessly with my inventory. Okay. And now we've got fine silver wire. So we can assemble this. The fine silver wire can go at the bottom. The rubber sheet can go there. And it's just tin alloy foil everywhere else. That'll do. We don't even probably need 1 for the quest. No? Ah. There we go. So, 4 capacitors. Yep, that should be that done. Good. And then it's going to say you can make the second tier 1 circuit. So a basic electronic circuit, where you can just type, if you just type tier 1, you'll see all of them. And then that's our first one, obviously, our previous recipe, which is why I haven't really put that in AutoCrafting, because there's a nicer version, which is this, where you can get 2 capacitors, fine copper wire, resistor, and phenolic substrate. It does also need tin, it looks like, though. So we're going to need either tin or soldering alloy. Soldering alloy might be more efficient. Let's have a look. We need a fluid extractor. We've already got one of those. We just need to empty it out. And that needs a soldering alloy ingot, which needs soldering alloy. Let's just see. It should be an alloy smelter, I would imagine. Yeah, so it's going to be antimony. I don't think I've got any antimony. No. How do I create antimony? Stibnite? Do I have stibnite? Maybe I've already collected some. Stib? No. Okay. So we're using tin. So we need a fluid extractor, which is exactly there. That's perfectly fine. That's got rubber in it right now, however. So let's just break and replace that. There's probably some way to just reset it without breaking and replace it, but that should do. And then if we just put, let's say, 4 tin in there, and then set it to auto eject. I'm just wondering whether it'll auto eject this way. Oh, this has got rubber in it right now. Let's just get rid of that as well. And we need to make a new pickaxe. Yeah. In fact, do I have a new pickaxe anywhere in there? Pick? No. That's annoying. Let me make one. Steel now rather than wrought iron. Just a nice sort of blend. I did connect these with fluid, sort of fluid pipes from Ender.io, just so I can control things a little easier. If you want to set the output side, you can with a wrench. You can set the output side to this one, or if you right click with corner, it sets the output side to the opposite side, and these set them to adjacent. So I can set it to the back by clicking on here. I still sort of like the option to have explicit pipes for that kind of thing. Anyway, let's pop in the resistors and the fine copper wire. That should be everything it needs apart from the tin. And for some reason, this still does not want to output the tin. I'm setting to auto extract. That top is set to output, but it's still not liking it. Let's just do this. Oh, it's not set to output. I thought I had. Let's just set that back again. You, please. It was set to that, but it's just I had auto output turned off. That's fine. So I thought it was going to work, but it didn't seem to. So let's just get rid of this side again. And it'd be nice if this worked, but that should set the output to this side. But I in the past had problems with it actually accepting things. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to accept them. And that is the recipe. It doesn't need a configuration. So the other option is the usual classic and trivial option of just bucketing it in. Yeah. Let's just grab one bucket, and we should be able to just grab the tin out of one and put it into the other, and I'll figure it out later. Where's my bucket? There it is. So let's just grab that. And can we drop it in here? Yes, we can. Works perfectly well. So that's going to start producing circuits for us. Different recipe than we had above, but it should still work. And it looks like we're going to get about, I assume, 4 circuits out of every batch of tin. We do, however, need more capacitors, and the capacitors are the things that I just didn't craft. We're going to need more of that tin alloy foil, but other than that, nice, easier way to make circuits, and we don't need any glass vacuum tubes or anything like that. We've upgraded entirely. We do, however, need the coal for the phenolic substrate. And yes, for those of you who well spotted, yes, it was filling with water, and this second tier of fluid conduits can only cope with one liquid at a time. It's not like the Ender ones. So I had an infinite water source here that for some reason was filling these up, even though I didn't want it to. So yeah, get rid of that. That works perfectly well. Now I thought I'd move on to the next quest, which is to make a transistor. Needs a bit more stuff to actually make, but not terribly much more. We just need some aluminium, and we're just going to drop that in the compressor, which is going to then go into the cluster mill, I think. And that's going to produce the same kind of foil that we had previously. And that foil, once we grab this, is going to let us make the transistor. So we definitely need aluminium for this tier. Let's pop you in. Are you going to make 2? Oh, you're going to make 4. Good, 4. So we can combine that with slightly modified recipe, not much different, to make transistors. And why don't we just make 2 batches? Yep, that's that done. Give me some more Omni coins. And then it's going to take us to circuit progression. So rest that you bookmark this link. It'll likely help you as you continue to progress through the circuits. It's an imager link. Okay. Well, I guess you can go and look that up yourself if you actually need to. Yeah, you can't really click on it, so you're going to have to type it manually. Let me just go and take a look and see if there's anything useful in there. And it's basically a description or grid of what voltage tier you need to craft which circuit. So we can craft both of these first 2 types that we've made on low voltage or manual, whereas in the next tier up, then we can only make the first tier on low. The next tier up really is, well, the first couple are available on low, including the manual tier. Then the next one up is medium voltage. So yeah, we can get the first 3 sets of tiers done fine on low voltage. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then there's various types of those tiers. So let's just not worry about it for now. I'll show you if there's any needed changes. And that's the whole chain done. So that is fine there. There is another quest for soldering alloy if you want to go and find the stibnite ore for the antimony, but we won't need to worry about that. This farming one is a thing that needs the canola and the potatoes. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I wanted to try now before I moved on with anything else is another power source, because we've got a sugarcane running quite quickly over here. We do need to replace this water, that's no problem. And there is even quicker way, I think. Now, if I just grab, let's just see, do I have any redstone conduit? Redstone conduit. Conduit. No. Okay, let's see what it takes to make redstone conduit. Just some red alloy wire, which we should have available, hopefully. Red alloy. We have a little bit. Okay, how much does this make? It makes 4. That may be enough to get started. So let's just grab 4 of you. And we just need to combine that with the conduit binder. We've got conduit binder over here somewhere. It's in this one. Yep. And let's just get rid of those. Replace it with these, and we get 4 redstone conduits. So these apparently activate SNAD far more quickly than what I currently have, which is the redstone just laid out manually. So let's just see if that's actually still true. I'm not sure if this is a bug or intended. It could be just an intended consequence of redstone. Oops. May have broken that. Never mind. We can always replace it. So if we just go here, and I'm going to start picking up lots of stuff. There we go. Okay. And does this actually connect to SNAD? Doesn't look like it does it? Or at least not without forcing the connection. And I can never remember how to force the actual connection. I think I need the Ender IO spanner, wrench thing. And let's just try this by hooking up this to the top. Will you connect? And if we set you to, I don't know, 5 again. Yep. Maybe I shouldn't have connected it right there. Yes, it does work once you have this set right. Now, all you need to do is manually connect the redstone like that to the SNAD. And you'll see it's already starting to go faster than perhaps you were expecting. Let's just... it's going to be hard because it's going to push me off into the water. Let's just disable the area around the back, and then we'll be able to get... We'll obviously be able to replace that in a second. Let's get rid of this redstone for a minute. Yeah, all that up there can go. So I just want to be able to click on this side, right here, and that's connected to these 3 pieces of SNAD. And let's not even worry about the other 3. We're not going to be needing them, I suspect. So, with those 3 configured, let's just put our cobblestone back. And I've connected underneath here. That is an input. And then these are all set. These are all going to be output. Shouldn't matter what signal color, I don't think. But you can always just set them to red. There we go. And then we can just place the floor back and just get everything set back up. So... let's just put this floor back in here. Okay, and then we want the redstone just to be putting it up here manually. We will be upgrading to a different sort of block soon, but this is just a vanilla version, so it's perfectly fine. And that will start all of these once we have... whoops. There we go. Once they're all triggered. So that can go in. And now... that should be good to go. I think. Why are they not triggering? Is it because I didn't break? There we go. So, you'll see that's growing quite a lot faster than before. And it's going to generate a lot of sugarcane. Now, we can use that for a few things. I did get a commenter saying that you can use it for polyethylene. So, we can make a full polyethylene setup. That's going to need a distillery like this. And a couple of other things. We need to make sulfuric acid, but before we even go there, let's just get rid of some of this sugarcane out of my inventory. Before we even go there, we can burn sugarcane. 300 ticks. Which means we can filter it into something that will just supply this with endless power because we're already generating it pretty infinitely. As long as we collect it properly with, you know, some kind of collecting block, that's going to work fine. So we have this steam dynamo that's hardened, and I haven't really done much with it. The fuel catalyzers are in there, but again, not much with it otherwise. Now, there are some upgrades to the steam dynamos we haven't actually used yet. Let me just show you them. There is the boiler upgrade. Okay, and this relatively easy to make. It just needs some iron rods and plates. We can make that. Some copper plates, bucket, and fused quartz. Fused quartz. Oh, it's one of these recipes. I hate these. Just give me the actual basic recipe, please. Any of them, please? Yeah, I just have to click through these at random until it actually gives me the base recipe. I find that so annoying. There we go. So just 3 nether quartz in an alloy smelter with nothing else, it seems. Gets us some fused quartz. That should be pretty straightforward. Nether quartz, I hope I have. Well, we'll just order all 9, shall we? And we'll just put it in the alloy smelter and get it converted. So that's the boiler upgrade. What does it do? It, instead of generating power directly, it generates steam. Now, we are using steam, at least we are once I manufacture more of this cable, up here to feed into a pyrolyzer oven, which uses steam. But in addition to that upgrade, you can also craft another one. You can craft a turbine upgrade. Turbine augment. Yeah, there we go. The turbine augment does the next step in the chain. You provide it with steam and it generates power, again in a steam dynamo. So, very similar kind of recipe as you might imagine. But now we have 2 possibilities. We have a steam dynamo that can generate steam, rather than, you know, directly outputting power, and one that can take steam and generate power. And you might think, why just have one? Well, as it turns out, you can supply steam from 1 steam dynamo into 2 turbines. Okay, so we can use that, and then we can burn power in here. We can do it right now, in fact, just to supply this with power. This will actually start outputting 60 RF per tick. Now, what I don't know is if it'll output the same amount once we have steam running. So I thought we'd give it a try, and then we'll filter in some of our infinitely growing sugarcane over there into this whole thing. So I'm going to get set up and join me shortly. Okay, so I crafted most of those components. I'm a little bit short on gold to get the second turbine augment. So down here, I've decided to attach to this particular cable, because it goes all the way over to our AE2 system. And you'll see I've got a couple of steam dynamo basics here. This one is working. It has the turbine conversion, once it has steam anyway. And this one, well, doesn't yet. It doesn't have the steam, the turbine conversion. So down here, we need to supply this with some sort of fuel. In our case, sugarcane. So why don't we just go and pop here, grab a stack of sugarcane, and then you'll see what I mean. So if I pop this in, it's going to maximum output of 240 millibuckets per tick. I think we're going to need more of these infinite water sources. I don't think we're feeding enough water into this thing just now to be able to keep up with its burning. We'll see very shortly. You see its tank is not increasing rapidly. So up here, we're getting the steam. We're going to go by the fluid conduits, and here it's starting to generate power. So 104 F per tick, 103. Yep. So it would be nice if that was well, we're already backstuffed. So yeah, we'll see what happens over time. Once I connect this one, I'll need to go and get mining for some more gold before we get this running. But from here, all we need to do is feed in from our system over that away, and it's not too far away, the sugarcane now. So I just need to make more conduit, the item conduit kind, and some more hoppers. And that's now set up and working beneath us. But that noise is so annoying. So you can either move it further away or do what I'm about to do, which is I'm going to make some string out of some rubber tree saplings. That makes plant fiber. So wooden sword will do that. Convert those up into string. String into wool. And I'm just going to need 3 pieces. Let's leave the rest as string. Sorry about noise, but it's about to go away in a second. So we want a super sound muffler. Super sound muffler. That is some string, which we've got, and oh, I need one more wool actually, but a note block first. The note block should be quite straightforward. Let's just get the most likely version, which is jungle wood in my case, and let's order that with a tilted character, and then we'll just craft a note block. We'll put some wool in there, get some more string. Where's the rest of that string gone? And let's make this. So, super sand muffler. I just want to get one more wool. Just put that in there. Should do the job. Then we'll be able to get the super sand muffler itself. Yep. And then the orbital version, which will make it into an equipable item. Good. So if you right click, go to add and then recent, which will be able to choose the piston contract to the super sound muffler. And that, hopefully, once I equip it, should make all this go away. It doesn't. Okay, is there anything else that's on the recent list that is there as well? Recent piston extend, let's add that as well. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Okay, and now that can go up here, and we never need to hear that again. Despite the fact below us we have a automated setup now. It's just inside there. Same setup we had outside, and maybe causing a bit of lag, so I need to do a bit of investigation on that. If we just dig in through this wall, you'll see we have exactly what we had before. Need to make sure I just take that cobblestone back out. And there's only 2 snad there, and it is just got some hoppers. They're going into a storage drawer, which is then being extracted straight away. And we do need to upgrade this again with the vacuum, you know, sort of upgrade. But for now, that's fine. This is keeping this fed. Let's just have a look. We've got 480 and getting up to 500 quite quickly now. So, yep. That is pretty good, and this is just going to constantly generate steam for us, which is going to go into these. I need to go and get some more, and the tank's actually full. This thing does not stop using, however. It doesn't have this battery to actually work from to slow down when it doesn't need steam anymore. So we may have to think of a solution for that. If you know one, put one in the comments down below. More than happy to hear it. And then, of course, we can create lots of steam dynamos for this and see where we go from there. So that is steam setup. We can also output that steam that way to the outside and straight into our pyrolyzer, so we no longer need that outside as well, which makes things a little bit nicer. So let's just put that back, get up out of here, and put this back, and we're done for now. So we should be done for today's episode. I think we've got an easier way of producing circuits. We've got a much nicer sort of power setup. We don't have to put the steam dynamo up here anymore and feed it manually. It'll automatically supply power, which means we may not even need this this magma setup. Out there, we have ability to create phenol now. The phenol obviously creates our circuits, and out here we can just get rid of all of this and just convert it back into gardens. And here are those potatoes that I actually was looking for earlier. I forgot I planted a whole bed of them outside. I need to replace those with canola just to get that other farming quest done, but we'll leave that till next episode or the one after, and we can just do that passively in the background. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. Plenty of stuff done, and we'll see you next time for some more Omnifactory. So feel free to put things in the comments down below, subscribe and share if you haven't already, press on the bell if you want notifications of new episodes, and of course, as always, thanks for watching,